Oh, okay. Well, this is video 4, and I just want to give you an update, ways to help. Uh, because you cannot beat Texas weather. If you don't like the weather here, if you complain about Texas weather, we'll wait a few hours, it'll change. 1 degree on Wednesday to 70 degrees on Saturday. I listed ways to help, and these are local places. One's in Houston, there's some in Dallas, North Texas, Central Texas, different food pantries, different homeless shelters that I believe are both men, women, and animal rescue shelters, no-kill shelters. And I know some of them personally that they've helped me, my family, my friends, and for those in need. I stole this information. This came out from Real Housewives of Dallas, Stephanie Holman. She posted it, and I just wanted to share that information with you if you had concerns or if you wanted to know. Also, the Yeehaw Queen of East Texas is from another town, even smaller than my hometown, Casey Musgraves. She raised $100,000 to feed the people of Dallas, American Red Cross for South and Central Texas, and the Casa and Marinella organization for undocumented immigrants in need of resources. She did a T-shirt. I don't think it's no longer available. It was a limited edition. It cost $30, and it said "Cruising for a Bruising," and those sold. And she was able to raise $100,000. And of course, 12 years ago, I believe she was a libertarian and supported Ron Paul because she's a very big believer in legalizing freedom, if you know what that's code for. But I'll leave that to your imagination what that's about. I'm currently wearing a sundress, a hoodie, and winter boots. I don't know where I'm going, but I just know I'm either going to be warm or cool or comfortable when I get there. I read someone reached out to me, and they wanted to know if I was okay because it's so dangerous and it's unsafe down here in Texas. And it sounded like the media said there was a war on Texas, and that we wanted, and why we don't want more federal regulations. And so I wanted to respond to that. And also, somebody left me a comment about why I'm such a pessimist, that I'm very much Little Miss Gloom and Doom pessimist, that I'm very skeptic, I'm contrarian, I'm a critical thinker. And here's the reason. I'm half Native American and half redneck. So suffice to say, I do not trust the federal government. If you studied American history the way I have studied American history, you would not trust the federal government either. So, and that's why in the content of my show, I want to expose things like corruption and cover-ups and conspiracy theories and things of that nature. And these are my opinions because it's my channel. But yes, I just want to give you an update about my situation. I had water, I had electric, I had internet, I had a cell phone, my cat had food, my dog had food, Lucy had her potty pads. I tried to take her out, but I'm a fall risk, so I didn't want to risk it. I've already fell twice this month, and I had a pretty bad fall. 2 Fridays ago. And I hope I didn't give myself another concussion. Ever since my accident in 2013, I've had 9 falls, and 3 of them happened at work, and 2 of them happened this month. So I'm a fall risk, and so I have to be really careful taking her outside. As I said in December, I went to my car and I heard crying, I heard like meowing, and I thought there must be a cat under the cars. So I tried to get under to make sure I wasn't going to run over a stray cat, and I couldn't find the cat. So I opened my hood, and there was a kitten stuck inside my engine. And I remembered on Facebook that someone posted that when it gets cold outside, stray cats, feral cats, and maybe squirrels or something, they crawl inside your car at night to keep warm. And so you should check under your hood, make sure you don't have a cat stuck there, because he figured out how to get in but couldn't get out. So he had cat food. We do feline pine, and I need to change his box. But he was okay. My sisters recommended, and I think it's really a godsend, to do the Walmart pickup over here, because it is sometimes physically demanding for me to do a lot of shopping. I mean, it's good exercise. I'm getting to walk around, but then I have to also do my own checkout. And then I really should get a handicap parking sticker, but I feel like some people are more disabled than I am and that they deserve it more. But I guess sometimes I could use it too. But I don't want to deny someone that's even worse off of a handicap spot. So I started doing the pickup, and I put it in on Friday, and I was going to go get there Sunday morning, and they canceled it. So I didn't get groceries. And so I tried to get out on Tuesday. I couldn't get out. My opinion, for the money, I think the best cars to buy are Honda Accords and Honda Civics. They have good resale value. But my little car couldn't get up the incline to get from like a short little incline from the residential area, from a residential street to a main street, to get around the corner to like a Family Dollar store or a general store. But I couldn't get out. And I don't have heat, and I don't have defrost. So that's not good either. But I had tap water, and I had a Brita water filter, and I had some ramen noodles, and I had peanut butter, and I had half a loaf of bread, and I had some club crackers, and I had the Crystal Light drink mixes. I didn't have any milk, didn't have juice, didn't have soda, didn't have fruit. I had some canned veggies. And so, that was pretty much it. And I really kind of think maybe I should be better prepared, because I really need to be more self-reliant. It's just historically, we do not have snowstorms to that extent. I think 10, 11 years ago, when the Dallas Cowboys hosted the Super Bowl, and it actually wasn't in Dallas, it was in Arlington. We had a really bad snowstorm then, and we're not used to it. We don't have that kind of weather. So it's so we're not really prepared for it. And we don't really invest in resources, because it's very rare. Just like other places in the United States don't invest in and how we have other, like, as far as extreme heat or something. So but I'm safe. I made it. I lost 8 pounds, for those who told me I was fat. I lost 8 pounds, and mostly just slept and stayed warm. So I felt very blessed and highly favored. I'm okay. So I just wanted to tell. So yeah, I have a few sisters. So one of my sisters did lose her power where she lives. She had rolling power, and so she had to go stay with another sister. And then I'm so proud of my other sister, who works at a nursing home, and she takes care of elderly patients, and she's been taking care of I'm not going to say the C word, virus during the pandemic. She's been taking care of those patients, and she travels all over Dallas to Tyler, helping all of these people, and she got stuck. And so she was very upset, crying, because she couldn't come home. She got stuck, and she couldn't really work and get out. But she's fine. And we still don't have, I finally did get to the grocery store on I finally got out and went another direction to another little convenience store, but there wasn't anything on the shelf. It was like communism came early. Um, there wasn't any bread. We didn't have milk because of power outages. All the milk went bad. We don't have milk. The big trucks couldn't come in and restock the shelves. Something just popped up. Okay. So it was like no soda, no fresh fruit, no veggies, no milk, no chips. I was gonna make sandwiches. I was like, okay, there's no bread, no potatoes. So and then I also went out on Friday to Kroger's and I asked a woman, and I don't know, I guess she really needed milk. She told me she had the powdered milk to cook with, but she was looking for milk and bread. And we found bread, but it was the kind of bread I found like the bakery sort of artisanal nice bread to make sandwiches. And I'm like, well, that'll work. And they had bananas, but they didn't have potatoes still. So well, that was about it. And I'm okay. And like I said, like when I was trying to get out in my little car, like it's a great car. I mean, I love Hondas, but I was like, I really need a redneck with a pickup truck who has 4-wheel drive. You can go all, that's all terrain, that goes mudding on the weekends, goes off road, because this little car is not going to make it. And I really want to explain. It's not that I hate America or I hate people or Americans. It's that I hate the government, and you really need to be more responsible and self-reliant. Because when Hurricane Katrina happened, when Hurricane Harvey happened, it wasn't the government. It was good old boy rednecks with boats coming to their neighbors and working together, rescuing people. We feel, especially during this pandemic, the last year, people feel isolated, they're alone, they don't know their neighbors anymore. And so, but we really need to have more of a sense of family, community, finding your tribe, your village, and having a support system in place, because the government's not, you really can't depend on them to have your back when the shish hits the fan. So yes, I explained that I'm a country girl. So what, we're built tough. We were built to plow a field and survive a hard winter in Ireland. And oh yes, Texas is not on the. We have our own independent grid system. We're independent. We were a nation. Our flag flies at the same height the U.S. flag flies at. We're an independent nation. We were, and so we have one of the largest economies, like seven large. We have a huge. We can be a sufficient nation. We don't. Yeah. So yes, we have an independent energy systems. With someone was chatting. Texas should have had salt. The stupid people who run the state should know that. Yeah, people weren't out salting. Okay, I was just sorry. I'm looking. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I was distracted. But yeah, I'm a country girl, so my people, we know how to fire a shotgun, skin a buck, bait a trout, line. We were built to endure a winter. And oh, reading my notes. Oh, okay, I'm from the same hometown as, I don't know, maybe you've seen this movie. It's called Django Unchained, and there was Jamie Foxx, and he did a little trick horse riding. We're from the same hometown. So I grew up in rural East Texas. He was in 1991. He was the first African American to be awarded a world title in calf roping, and he worked professionally in rodeo. I had no idea it's Black History Month, so shout out to my hometown hero. He learned how to play piano. He learned how to ride horses, and he learned how to play football in my town. And he was raised by his grandmother, and that's the woman, my mother, who works as a CNA also, or did, she's retired. She took care of his grandmother, and so she met him a few times. And he came to our school. He's very nice and very down to earth and humble. So I've nothing but good things to say about him. But yeah, we're from the same hometown, and as far as growing up country. As far as the energy grid, that's what I was talking about. All right, so under Obama and Governor Perry, and Governor Perry came in after Bush 2, and he was here for like 15, 17 years as our governor because we didn't have term limits, so we couldn't get rid of him. He was like a bed bug. We had to burn the mattress to get rid of him. We were stuck with him. And he was an idiot, and I did not like him. I also don't like the Bushes, and I don't like the Clintons either, so go figure. So yes. So statistically, this is what I'm going to tell you. 23% of our energy is wind power, and half of those wind turbines froze, and 797 pipes were frozen or broke. But that's what was going on. But regardless of what happened, I needed more self-reliant. I should have already had jugs of water available. I should have had more. I have canned goods. I don't know. So then, all right, two other things is, I'll tell you two other things. Okay, I don't have like endorsements, and I don't got sponsors, but I can't scan down because I'm on a laptop. You can see this. Okay, these boots. I don't know. No. Okay, I put a link in the description because I don't know. I'm not like the best model spokesperson. All right. So I love those boots. I found them. I was like, somebody gave me some money back in December, and I went on eBay and I found some gently used winter boots for $38, free shipping. But they had a very unusual name. And I thought, well, maybe they're like a cheater brand of Uggs, like they're knockoff Uggs. So I did some researching, and they're called Manitoba Malik. I thought it was Mukluk. It's Malik. And that's an Inuit or Yupik word, like Eskimo Indian, a Yupik or Inuit word, and it means winter boot. And so it's a company, turns out, coincidence, it's a company founded by Indigenous women in Winnipeg, Canada. And I was like, who knew? Somebody who made, so it's boots made by Indian girls for Indian girls like me and for whoever. I loved them. I get a lot of compliments, and for $38 free shipping, they're very expensive. Things are like handmade, everything like free trade ethically. So, and I had to look up that it was Innu or Yupik because I was thinking Nahuatl, and Nahuatl is Aztec. So the Indian language of Nahuatl, that's Aztec, and that's a different part. No, yeah. So yeah, I had to figure out what language that word was. Because like in Spanish, sauce is salsa, but in Nahuatl, the language the Aztecs spoke, it's mole, which is where we get guacamole and mole chicken. So you learn something every day. We celebrate Black History Month with Jamie Foxx. You help your neighbors, find a tribe, a village, and that's it. So I'm going to try to make a video about Britney Spears and her sister and Nickelodeon and the House of Mouse and how we and the music industry in Hollywood is failing these stars. And you've seen a lot of warning signs and red flags and a lot of other people. So I'm hoping to make a couple more videos today while I'm enjoying this warm weather. Oh, and awesome enough, I went to my pain doctor, my physician. So today, I went to my pain doctor and she is amazing. I was getting steroid injections, and those, for me personally, in my opinion, those didn't work because after they would put me under anesthesia, and after the anesthesia wore off, those didn't work. So now I get these injections by my doctor that they burn, or called ablation. They burn or deaden, cut the nerve, and you have to get them redone every few months. So every 2 weeks I go in, and the part that's having a spasm in my back, in my neck, and so they're fixing my back. Now, for a year, because of insurance changes, I couldn't see her, and I also couldn't do water aerobics or physical therapy or aquatic therapy because of the pandemic. I'm not going to say the C word, but you know that virus I'm talking about. But now I think I found a place that can do water aerobics again that can help me, because I can swim like a fish if I can't walk or stand for very long, but I know how to swim. So that's great, and that's good. The one time I came in there, and there was this huge guy. This is why you shouldn't judge people by appearances. There was this huge guy. He told me he was a veteran. Not saying anything about that, but I just assumed he was a big, tough guy because he was muscular. He was like 6 foot tall. But he had some kind of injury, and he was going to get the same injection. He was getting the same injection I was getting. And he was saying that he had to have his wife come in. He was going to have to be wheeled out in a wheelchair. He had to have anesthesia, be under twilight anesthesia. They had to give him a pain pill. They had to give him liquid. When they put the injection in his hand to do the IV, he freaked out. He went berserk because he's afraid of needles. And the whole procedures, all the procedures are needles. But they had to give him liquid Xanax. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm not getting anesthesia. I don't want anesthesia. I'm going to drive myself. I'm going to walk out. I have 7 tattoos. I got 6 of them on my back. I have a high tolerance for pain. I know if you're in pain, the best thing to do is sit there and calmly breathe through it and try to mentally psych yourself. And after when you set through tattoos, I mean, I don't like pain. I'm not a sadist, that's the word. No, masochist. I'm a masochist. I don't like pain, but I love my tattoos and my artwork. And they're 6 of them, 6 out of 7 are religious in nature. And I get these old school Catholic, old school Sailor Jerry style tattoos. And they're something that means, and it's something that's significant and means enough to me that I would want it branded on my flesh for the rest of my life, because it's a lifetime commitment. Even if I got it removed, there would still be a scar. So I have these tattoos, and so I go in, and my doctor's like, wow, you just sit there so quietly, and I'm, putting these huge needles in your back, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Cry about it, scream about it. So so I guess I was built tough, because she was very impressed, and my doctor was amazing. Her sister-in-law is friends with our new housewife, Real Housewife of Dallas, Tiffany Moon, who I love. That's great. I thought it was so awesome. I'm just going to name drop. Those are my 6 degrees of separation. And she said when her sister-in-law went over for a trunk show at Tiffany's house, she had to sign an NDA. I'm like, I wonder if that was before or after she started on the Real Housewives of Dallas, because maybe that'll show up it'll show up in the show about this trunk show she went to. And the reason why I love Tiffany Moon and knew of her family is because her father-in-law has this amazing warehouse of statement jewelry pieces and little necklaces and earrings and accessories. And it's like really good prices and pretty good quality. You can also buy like cheater fake brands. So if you want like a nice but quality fake brand knockoff purse, and it's like insane. Like if you go in there, you gotta take like $30 or $50. Like it's like you'll just walk out with all this stuff. And then I have another friend who she was friends with Deandra, and they served on a board together. And she was trying to set, and this was before Deandra got married, and she was trying to set Deandra up with guys, and they were trying, but I don't know. She's married. And then I have a friend who just DJ'd for some of those parties. But yeah, those are my only 6 degrees of housewives. So that's it. So enjoy the Texas weather. Signing off in stream.